Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here. Try to ignore the echo today. Things are just a bit funny right now in the new room, but it's Easter, so why not do a Easter bunny strategy while I'm wearing this awesome green shirt to celebrate spring and just get into the strategy. So, a Lopunny strategy is a very interesting thing because a lot of people have posted a lot of ridiculous strategies, using that klutz ability with switcheroo to try to scarf your opponent into something they don't want. And really, I don't understand, because sometimes when you're trying to do that trick slash switcheroo strategy, you want the item your opponent has. You can sometimes take that and use it to your advantage, like if you take a citrus berry, a lum berry, even if you turn your choice scarf into life orb or focus sash or something even like that. The idea is to try to take your opponent's strength and then lock them down to something less favorable. But with the klutz ability, it just feels like absorbing that item doesn't do it any good, and that there's way better Pokemon that just straight up use Trick or Switcheroo better. I decided with the 6th generation that there's probably a lot more better ways to use Lopunny, so let's go and look at it. We have Entrainment now, which means you're giving your opponent the ability, which is kind of doing what Switcheroo does in a way. That when you're trying to, lock them down into an item they don't want, what if you lock them down into ability that just makes their item useless? And I feel that that could be a really awesome thing to do. Other than that, there's Healing Wish, which is the ultimate sacrifice. User faints, then the replacement Pokemon is fully healed, including status, so it could be a nice little mid-game refresh. After that, we have Circle Throw, which acts like Roar or Whirlwind, forces the target to switch into a random ally, and Teeter Dance, which confuses Pokemon. So for playing Lopunny, it looks like one of the best things is using it as a support. Lopunny has a ton of potential, but unfortunately, the base stats I feel just don't add up enough to make it work out. That was looking at all of Lopunny's things. It has a huge array of moves. It gets all the elemental punches. It gets Drain Punch, so it has a lot of offensive background. And it just goes in all sorts of directions. Entrainment, Healing Wish, Circle Throw, Teeter Dance, and a lot of other supporting kind of moves. It has a Magic Coat. Magic Coat is what it has. And a lot of really cool things, but nothing that really works out with its base stats. It doesn't have enough tankiness. It even gets access to Cosmic Power. What? So even with the Cosmic Power, there's not enough defenses to make it work. The hit points are alright. The offensive capability doesn't really get boosted. It would take way too much to set up Lopunny to actually do something. Now, what I could see is an offensive strategy, which I'll go into later, working very well with a Baton Pass. But let's go and look at the strategy right now. So the idea is you're either using Circle Throw first turn to try to really displace your opponent that's setting up, using that Focus Sash to your advantage. Circle Throw has negative priority, so you're going to be using it last in the turn, and that just pretty much means take a hit, Focus Sash may or may not proc, throw your opponent out, and then try to regain ground on top of them. Or first turn you're going to be using Entrainment, just disabling their held item, going into a Teeter Dance to confuse them, and then Healing Wish to revive not revive, it doesn't revive Pokemon, but give your Pokemon a second wind, as it were. I feel that this could be great for how my Snorlax works. Just if it had a really bad setup against a stronger Pokemon, bring in Healing Wish, refresh it. If you have a Pokemon like Mega Kangaskhan or Aegislash or something that ended up getting burned, you can use Healing Wish, remove its burn, bring it back to full health. Just try to refresh that Pokemon after locking down and shutting down one of your opponents. So I feel that that's one of the things that could work here really well. There's not much else I can really see. You could maybe use Switcheroo if you wanted to come up with that kind of strategy. But overall, I feel like this is where it's at for making a really good, just middle game, trying to restart, lock down your opponent a bit more, and then bring your team back up to try to finish out the game. I feel that Lopunny could work very well for it. Now, we also have a double battles / single strat. So, this is what I mean. Ice Punch, Fire Punch, you could even have Drain Punch here. I have Teeter Dance because this is my doubles idea, but with the Teeter Dance, it's very, very awesome because it confuses adjacent Pokemon, which means everyone on the field gets confused except for you, including your ally. But I was thinking for double strategy, you could run a Meowstic or you could run Klefki, using their Prankster to get a Safeguard up. So you use Prankster, Safeguard, and now both of your opponent's Pokemon get confused. And you're hiding behind a Safeguard, which means if they're going to status you, you kind of ate up their turn, and now you're really just ready to set up and get a lot of damage in there. Lopunny is very fast, 105 base speed, 339 speed with a jolly investment. It can get some work done. So what I was thinking is after that you go into Swagger. So you set up the safeguard, and now you use Swagger onto Lopunny. Both of your opponents are confused. You don't get confused, and now you double your attack. That's why I was thinking Life Orb could add a lot of damage potential, or just using the Focus Sash yet again. That way, you know, if they Focus Fire Lopunny down, there's a chance you could survive, and then, you know, now you're hiding behind Safeguard, you have a +2 attack. Ice Punch is going to KO Garchomp, Fire Punch is going to KO Ferrothorn, Drain Punch is going to keep you healthy, Return is just going to be a lot of coverage, or not Drain Punch, Teeter Dance is going to keep your opponents confused, and then you have Return or Drain Punch right here. Keep healthy and have good coverage with the fighting, or just do a lot of straight up neutral damage with that normal typing. And if you're going to use this in singles, Teeter Dance, you could keep that or swap it out for Drain Punch, and then you're looking for a Pokemon that can use maybe Speed Boost. A lot of Speed Boost Baton Passing with that Swords Dance. Scolipede and Ninjask do that very well. Or with the Drifblim, you can put some tanky stats into Lopunny, maybe even turn this into a Cosmic Power. That we can top off your defenses, have Drain Punch somewhere else for the sustain, and now you're actually looking like you can do something crazy. So that's what I was looking at for Lopunny. If you just kind of go down, there's a lot of things. Copycat, it has a lot of potential here. Unfortunately, just a little off. Just a little off on the total stats. Magic Coat, Mirror Coat, it's just crazy what all the things that Lopunny has. Just being that normal typing, having a lot of potential, but not enough to really like make it an insane Pokemon. But it's still very useful nonetheless, and I feel that it works very well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Happy Easter to you all, and have a nice day.